You are listening to Joanniemaryc Answers, my own personal take on health, fitness, and wellness based on the principles that I follow for myself, researches that I made, and experiences that I know to work for myself. Having said that, to give you an overview of this podcast, if you're following me on Instagram, if you haven't, go to Instagram and type Joanniemaryc and follow me. If you're already following me on Instagram, so here is what you may want to do if you want to participate in this podcast. I'm going to be posting Ask Me a Question in my Instagram story. The day where I post that Ask Me a Question, I'm still not sure, but I'm going to post it anyways. So Monday to Sunday to within the week, okay? So whatever day, I'm just going to post and Ask Me a Question, and you type in there the questions that you want me to answer and give opinion and tips about. And after 24 hours, I'm going to look at all the questions that you sent, and I'm going to assign a number beside it and do an electronic raffle. And the number that's going to be selected, the question that is beside that number that's going to be selected will be the featured question for that week's Joanniemaryc Answers. Having said that, I posted an Ask Me a Question last week for this week's podcast episode, and not a lot of you were posting their questions. And the questions that normally I got was the questions that I got were not related to fitness, and there was only 2 people who asked something that was related to fitness, and the other one was not a question but a specific word, and the other one was a question. So I think there's no need to do an electronic raffle. I just go with a single person that asked his question. I'm gonna rephrase his question, so this is not really how he asked it. I'm just gonna rephrase it. So the question goes like this: what is your advice for joint pain and muscle pain? Now, this is a very generic question, and it's also a very general question, and I'm just going to ask it and answer it in a way that I understand it. Okay, so when you talk about joint pain, first we're going to look at joint pain because of exercise. So when your joints hurt because of exercise, then the simplest thing you can do is to give it a rest. Chill, give your body time to heal itself. Rest, stop lifting. If your wrist hurt, stop doing pull-ups, stop doing bench press, or just do light weights, or just totally rest it for 1 week and see how it goes, and do other workouts to move your body, burn some calories that does not involve your wrist. That's simple. Give your body time to rest. Second of all, you can look at your diet and try to eliminate the food that encourage inflammation. Okay, so there's a long list of food that cause inflammation when you Google in the internet, so you can rely on that. So there's a lot of lists, and you can just pick 5 or 10 foods that you can surrender and see how your joint pain goes. So if it minimizes, then that means you're doing perfectly well. You can also supplement with fish oil and good healthy fats. Contrary to popular belief, fats is good for you. Trans fat is not good for you. Trans fat is fat that is broken by heating. So like when you heat a fat, molecularly it gets broken, and it becomes trans fat, and it becomes carcinogenic, and when you take it, it's not good for your body. You should not take trans fat because our cells are made of 45% fat. The fat that you eat is the fat that becomes you. Unlike sugar and carbohydrates, that when you eat them and then you run and you jump up and down and you sweat, you burn it off. So it exits your system. Fat doesn't. Fat stays. Fat lingers. Fat becomes you. So eat healthy, unbroken fat. Okay? So that's my opinion for joint pain. Now let's go to muscle pain. Let's just say you got a muscle pain because because you're working out, you're following a workout program, and naturally, if it's a new workout program, you will get sore. Okay. If for example, if you also do one workout a week, then every workout you do, your muscles will be sore. Okay. But if you do like workout every other day or different intensities every day, different muscle group, then you might not have a lot of soreness, because your body is very smart and it understands what you're doing. So if you're doing it only once a week or twice a week like me, because I'm still balancing my time, I get sore almost every time. And the day after I do my leg day, because I only do one intense leg day a week these days, which is not advisable. But, well, that's what I have for now. So I just do high-intensity interval training at home, which is my 100 days to fitness. And then I insert one leg day routine a week. I know it's pathetic, but I will try my very best to increase that number. Yeah, to increase that number. Okay. So having said that, let's say that your muscles are sore because you work out. Okay. Not that it's not the question that my muscles are sore because they're bruised because I hit them on a solid object and now it hurts. If that's the question, then that means you have to put ice and take some medications to heal the bruising. But I'm going to answer any advice that I can share when it comes to muscle recovery. So let's just say it's about muscle recovery. My advice is to eat protein. Not a lot of protein, but enough protein for you, and choose the protein that absorbs well by your body. Not all protein is absorbed very well by your body. Okay, some protein get absorbed 50%, some protein gets absorbed 90%, and some protein only absorbs for 10%. Having said that, the protein that absorbs really, really, really well by your body is eggs. Okay, I know like you want to eat the egg whites, not the egg yolks, because you're afraid of the saturated fat in the egg yolks. But here's the thing, if you want to get the benefit of the protein in the egg whites, you have to eat the egg yolks. That's just how the studies show. Your body absorbs the nutrients, the protein in the egg whites if you eat the entire egg itself. But if you don't like to eat the egg yolks, then egg white should be fine. And also, you would like to pair it with white rice. Okay? White rice, not brown, not black, because white rice gets absorbed by your muscles very, very fast, especially if you take it after your workout. So it's like a post-workout. You have eggs and white rice, a cup of white steamed rice. Next, you might also want to supplement with whey and glutamine. Again, my advice is also to do this after workout. This is going to be your post-workout. So you have a protein shake and you add a scoop of glutamine, because glutamine encourages muscle recovery. So you will recover faster. Having said that, what else should I advise for if you have sore muscles? If you're sore, give your muscles time to rest. Okay, your body builds and recovers in rest. Okay, this is how, basically, I'm going to give you an overview of how muscle building works. If you rest and not work your muscles, you're not going to build muscles. If you exercise every damn day without resting, you're just going to cause stress and there's going to be no muscle growth. That's going to happen because you are not giving it time to recover. So here's what you have to do. 1, have an exercise program. And 2, eat well. And 3, rest. Give your muscles time to rest, because when you eat and when you rest, that's when your muscle develops. When you work out, that's when your muscles are broken down and you're telling your muscles that I'm stressing you right now, so you need to grow bigger because this is the load that you have to take. Then you have to give it rest and food and supplementation for it to recover properly and be stronger and bigger. All right, so I think I have answered the question based on the principles, the things that I know, and the experiences that I confirmed to really work for myself. And you can follow that or you can ditch that, and that is totally fine. Either ways, I am grateful for your time, for listening to my podcast. And to end this podcast, I'm going to leave you with a quote. And it goes like this: if you don't spend on your wellness, you're saving up for your illness. That's it. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast, and feel free to click that follow button. It only takes a few seconds. It doesn't cost a penny, and that would mean so much to me. For everyone who's asking about personal training services, kindly comment on my Instagram post and tell me and say that you have a DM about personal training, because if you don't, then your DM might get screened and I might not be able to answer it. Or if you're watching this on YouTube or you're listening to this on YouTube, then comment down below and I'll get back to you. Or if you haven't access to my Facebook page, then send me a message there or comment on there and I'll get back to you. Thank you so much and have an awesome day.